Hello, my name is Mayan Shah with RVMax.us, and today I have this 2006 Gulfstream Tourmaster Model T36. It's got 47,000 miles, it's full body paint job with a Mercedes engine in the back. Today we're going to take you through the exterior, interior, and even on the roof. Then we're going to get on the road and test drive it, and I'll give you my feedback on how the coach drives. So let's get started. Up front, this coach is equipped with buttons, and it comes with a full mass cover for the front of the coach. So when you're going down the road, it'll protect from bugs and rock chips. There are a few rock chips on the coach. There's one here. There's some bug stains on here that will come off, but there's a few rock chips on the front. Just a little road rash here. That's probably the greatest amount of exterior body damage this coach has. The glass is in good shape. There are no chips or cracks. Check out the front cap. A lot of times on the coaches, especially this old, the caps, well, the clear coat will be coming off, but this one is showing no signs of that whatsoever. Step around the side here. It is a full body paint coach. This is where your inverter is located. Now this coach has a 7,500 watt Onan quiet diesel generator. It's got about 1,100 hours on it, runs great. I've got both air conditioners on right now. The paint's in good shape. Especially if you buffed it or polished it, it would look brand new. But even without that done, the paint is super glossy. And look, you can see our reflections in the paint right now. Now you've got two window awnings right here on your main slide in your living room area. They both come equipped with aluminum shrouds, so when they're covered and put away, they're not getting beat up by the UV and the elements. Now this coach has a massive slide. It comes with two slides, but the slide in the living room is enough space that most coach gives with two slides. You can tell how deep it is once you come and look at it from the side. It's a massive slide. Let's check out these compartments here. Right here is your propane tank. It's in good shape. No signs of rusting on it. The coach overall looks like it's been inside for most of its life. It's harder to tell with full body paint coaches because they don't show weather checking as much. Now in here you've got plenty of storage. It's all carpeted as well. It's a little better for noise resistance. A little harder to clean, but like I said just again, it keeps the noise down from the road. This is pass-through right here, but you also have your hydraulics kept right there in that box, which we'll see in just a second. That's your hydraulics for your slide out, as well as the jack system this coach has. Right here is where your hot water heater is located. So you can just turn that little clip and open it up and look at it. Should be a 10-gallon, and it is a 10-gallon hot water heater. It also has an electric element, so if you don't want to run your propane and you're plugged into power, you can run it that way as well. Right here is your wash bay / wet bay, whichever you want to call it. This is where you can dump your black and gray tanks, as well as fill your tanks or connect to city water pressure. You also have an outside shower here with a little retractable hose thing. This is useful especially if you have pets, or if you just want to wash off after coming out from the beach. This coach has a lot of batteries. So we've got 4 coach batteries up in the front where the generator is located, and these are 2 more batteries for your coach side. Now up here are your chassis side batteries. The dates on these chassis is 9 of 15. We've had no trouble starting it up. It's got battery cutoff, so we keep the batteries cut off when we're not using it. It always fires up. Coach batteries are in great shape as well. I've had all the lights on just the batteries, and they didn't dim after about an hour of me taking the pictures. All the doors shut with a satisfying click. We have a 50 amp power cord. It looks like that is a surge protector. You also have satellite hookups, park cable. You have some other surge protector systems up in there that's aftermarket, which it has the manuals for now that I think about it, because I've looked through the manuals of this coach. Looks like access to your air intake filter. Yeah, this is your air filter right here. You can also see the exhaust coming out the bottom there. Minimal rust. Normally these rust really a lot. And the underneath of this coach looks great. Now this coach is powered by Mercedes-Benz Series 900 motor, which I called Freightliner and talked to them about this motor because we don't come across these motors very often. It's actually really a Detroit engine. And I've already driven the coach, just a heads up. You'll see that later on in the video, but we drove it and I just brought it back here. It drives great. It's got plenty of power and a lot of torque. You have access to your rear main radiator here. Just open that up. This comes off. Well, it's attached right now. I don't want to undo those pins, but you get the idea. So that's like a hydraulic reservoir fluid. Radiator looks good. A lot of times you'll see where people have power washed it with too high pressure and it'll bend these things and reduce the efficiency of it, but this one looks perfect. None of that is happening. Now, obviously it doesn't get hit by bugs and rocks, so damage tends to be minimal on these radiators unless someone power washes at too high a pressure, which happens more than I'd like to admit. Down here is your hitch. All right, let's get up on top of this coach now. All right, we're up on the roof now. Now this coach has a one-piece fiberglass roof. It also comes equipped with these air covers for all your vent fans. So you've got two here and there's one in the back for the vent above the bed. This is nice because you can have your vents open while it rains or going down the road. You don't have to worry about them being open. Now this is the one in the kitchen and it is not equipped with a vent fan cover. They've got a satellite dish right here. This is auto seek. You've got your front air conditioning system right here. Now the other air conditioning system that is ducted throughout the coach is a basement air system, which is very quiet and you don't have the shroud, but it has an extra air conditioning for the super hot days when you really need to cool the coach quick, and you can flick that on from inside whenever you need it. The front main seal looks really nice. It's still a little squishy, so it's not going bad. Now I've checked every single compartment in this coach. Shout out to John. And all the little vent fans and everywhere in the coach. There's no leaks, no signs of leaks. Now we're in South Carolina and we just got a lot of rain and we had 3 RVs around here leak because RVs and leaking is like being a human and getting a cold. It's very common and as long as you fix them quickly, it's not too bad. But this coach showed no signs of leaking even when it flooded here. Now here you have your electric patio awning. It's a huge awning. The fabric looks good. And it's also got this aluminum shroud. All the awnings, the window awnings and main awnings have aluminum shrouds, which is really nice. So when you put them up, they don't get hit by the rain, and most importantly, they don't get hit by the sun and the UV light that tears up these awnings. Let's step back here. All the seals look great. No signs of cracking, still tacky, still squishy. And again, fiberglass roof, low maintenance. Rear main seal looks good. Again, still tacky. It's not drying, it's not cracking. You have to get up here and reseal these things every couple of years or so. And this one looks pretty good. Anyways, roof is in, I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's an excellent condition. All right, let's step back down on the ground. All right, we're back down on the ground and we're on the passenger side of this coach. So right back here, you see this little vent. That's where your basement air conditioning unit is located. So this provides a very quiet air conditioning system versus the roof air. Now this does have a roof air in the front of the coach to provide extra cooling to this ducted basement air conditioning system. I guess that's for hotter days. It may be aftermarket, but it looks OEM, so it may just be there for extra cooling power. Right in here, these are your, this is for your cutoffs. So you have 2 main cutoffs in the front of the coach. And these are solenoids for those, and honestly I don't know what all of it is, but I know that some of them are for the solenoids for the battery cutoffs on this coach. Check out the patio awning. It's a very tall coach and has a tall patio awning. It's very large as well. Condition's good, there's no cracking, it's not fading at all, and there's no tears whatsoever. This is where your water pump is located. You also have a water filter right there. Now you can cut off various things right here. So if you have a leak on one specific area, you can use this tool and cut that one part off while continuing to use the rest of your system. It's very nice to have this little main unit right there while the water runs through. There's a little scratch right here in the paint. This part would probably buff off. Now this is too deep to buff off. You can probably get some touch-up paint. It is an 06, so you're gonna have some stuff like that. Now this is your front mask to protect the front of your coach while you're going down the road. And like I said, it's equipped with a button, so all you have to do is snap it on. You also have an awning rod and a turn awning rod for your front entrance awning. This is a pretty large storage compartment. It's passed through. You have that little box on the one side, so you can fit something long in there if you needed to. Now this is on a Freightliner raised rail chassis. Right here I have a lot of storage, and you have these storage bins that go along with it. They're on a little slide tray in there. If you don't want this, we can always take it out, but it's nice to have a little storage system like this. It's pretty deep. As you can see, it goes pretty far back in there. There's 2 of these here, and 2 of these here as well. And so you can get a good bit of stuff down under the compartments of this coach, especially considering this is only 36 feet. Now right here is access, because inside there's a little hole in your kitchen area that's covered by a piece of corian, so you can throw trash down in here and easily take it out of the coach. There's 2 trash cans, so if you want to, if one fills up, you can always switch them both until you get to a place where you can properly throw it away. Right here is just a storage compartment. You also have these air hoses right here, and one of them is connected to the air system. I think this one's water. Yeah, this one is water. I mean, I don't have the water pump on right now, but I see it's connected to the water system. So that's pretty nice. You have an air hose and a water hose. You also have outside connections if you wanted to connect up a TV in here. And that's your Weather Pro power awning switch. There's a button inside as well, and it comes with a remote for it too. Get your patio awning. Covers most of the passenger side. The paint is in excellent condition, and the colors are really nice too. The depth of the gloss is nice, and especially if you polished it, it would look brand new, and the paint's in good shape. Let's take a step inside this coach. Oh yeah, and this coach has dual fill up, so you can fill up on either side. That's just a little feature that makes it easier to fill this thing up. All right, this is just a quick demonstration of the slides in on this coach. So as you can see, it's got a huge slide, but I can still walk through it without having to like squeeze in between couches. So there's still room. I can still access my kitchen. You can cook if you'd like. You can still eat without having to open your slides up. So you can quickly stop off on the side of the road, leave the slides in, make a meal, hang on your recliner. You can still use the bathroom because right here, you can even still get to your bedroom. And on top of that, you still have access to your wardrobe, which is kind of a rare thing because a lot of times coaches have the wardrobe in the very back. So when the slides closed, you'd have to climb over the bed and get your feet all on the, your bedspread, which is not the most comfortable or, I guess, sanitary thing unless you take your shoes off. So having this access here with the slides in is very nice. And overall, it's pretty exceptional accessibility with the slides closed, especially considering how large this front slide is. I mean, take a look at how big it is. It's a huge slide. Anyways, let's continue with the video. All right, now that we're on the interior of this coach, take a look at how tall the ceiling is. I am about 5'11", and I have to extend my arm fully to get to the ceiling of it, and I have pretty long arms. So the ceilings are exceptionally tall. This coach also has these new floorings done throughout it. There's no carpet except on the slide out, and a little patch on the driver and passenger seat, but from the entrance all the way to the bedroom is all this new flooring. It's like an engineered vinyl type flooring. All the quarter round is done properly. We didn't do this, we got the coach like this, but from what it looks like, it was a professionally done job. It wasn't done by someone who had done this for the first time, because we see that and it's not fun, but this was a professional job and the floors look great. Now right here we have a recliner that also has next to it a little desk with 2 cup holders, and all you do is pull the little thing out, push a pin, and there you go. You have a desk plus a recliner so you can sit there and work. You can set your coffee right there. If you're going down the road, you can work and have your coffee and it won't spill all over. You've got two nice windows to look out. It's a nice little area. Now over in the kitchen area, we have a massive amount of counter space. And I like the fact that instead of having a wall with some backsplash, there's just a window. So you have a beautiful view of outside while you're cooking. I really like that. It opens up the coach, and it gives it great lighting as well. You've got these Corian inserts that reveals a dual ceramic sink. Also got a really nice faucet here with an extendable little thing that comes out to wash pots. You've got filtered water over there. Just place these pieces back. I like the fact that it's a very deep kitchen area, so you can have lots of things set over here while you're cooking, and you still got a good bit of space right here in between the stove and sink. Right here we have a 3-burner gas stove with Corian inserts. All these fit really tight, which contributes to the fact that this coach does not have a lot of rattling while you're going down the road. Over here, you have a Corian insert over a trash can. Now, you can use this compartment however you like, but I think the best use for it is there's already a trash can in there, in that door we talked about on the outside where you have access to empty it. So you can just throw things away right there. It fits in right and perfectly. Right here we have a convection microwave oven. Now what's cool about this coach, it has a regular oven as well. You don't see many coaches that have both, unless it's a very old RV, because most of these RVs don't come with these anymore. Right here we have a household refrigerator. It's huge, and every time we say if your refrigerator goes out, you'd want to replace it with like a household because it's way bigger, it's more efficient, and they cool a lot faster than the regular RV refrigerators. Like this one's been on for like 2 hours and it's already almost freezing in here. It also comes with filtered water, it makes ice. It's just like a household refrigerator, it's really nice. Right here we have our control unit for the inverter. We have the generator start-stop button. This is where you check your tanks. Propane tank is full. Gray and black are almost empty. Fresh is like 1/3. You can turn your water pump on, water heater. You have your slide-out room button for the front. Your rear slide-out button is in the back. This is the switch for the electric element and your hot water heater. This is basically your main control room right there. You have lots of I think these are fuses and breakers along with fuses. It's a good place. Everything is contained in one little area. All your control units and fuses and breakers is in one little spot. Right here we've got a huge amount of storage. There's a lot of storage in this coach because you have these really tall ceilings. So on the other side we have regular compartments, and then above those regular compartments we have more storage units. Now right here we have our main table. And it comes with 2 fold-out chairs as well. And up here we've got all kinds of storage. There's a little placemat for your kitchen area if you want to use that, but really with the hardwood floors there's no real reason for it anymore. Now it's missing a little metal piece. We may be able to source one of these and put it in. This is the air pump, because this coach has this couch right here turns into a full-size bed, and it is an air mattress, which is preferable, at least for me, because I've slept on the spring kind before. The springs are horrible. They're not very comfortable. There's a lot of space, but they're not as comfortable unless the springs are brand new. The air mattress is the way to go. And up here, we have our main TV. Again, very tall ceilings. A lot of RVs, you see the TV's like right here, kind of lined up with your dash area. And I don't know how many times I've hit my head on those things. This one has a lot of space. It goes beyond your dash, and the TV is not in your way. You also have a pretty large LG TV here. Lots of storage up around here. All right, on top of having your regular storage compartments here that a normal RV would come with, this one has storage compartments on top. I also really like these inlaid lights that it has along this little bar here. It makes it feel kind of like an airplane, and I like that feeling. It looks really nice, looks luxurious, and high quality. Let's take a step back into the bathroom area of this coach. Again, like I said, the wood goes all along into the bathroom area and back into the bedroom. It's easier to keep clean, and it makes the coach look really nice compared to the old RV carpet that I had before. You have your little sink here. This is stainless steel. You have a little vanity mirror. along with medicine cabinet space. Now this is where your toilet area is. Pretty good amount of space there. Now over here you have, these are connections for a washer-dryer combo. So if you wanted to put one in, you could. And there's also a vent. You can see where that duct tape is covering it. And also, when we were doing a tour of the exterior, you saw a little chrome vent. So this coach is ready to go if you wanted to put a washer-dryer combo in here. You could even put a stackable washer-dryer setup if you took out this stuff right here. You may be able to get a stackable. I'm not sure what's behind there, but considering how deep this one is, you probably could get one in there, sacrificing some cabinet space in your bedroom. Either way, it's hooked up and ready to go, so that option is available. Now this coach has a massive shower. Just take a look at how big it is once you're in here. I mean, look at the space above my head. Again, the whole coach is tall, and so there's a lot of space in here. It's wide. It's only 36 feet, but when you're in the coach, it's hard to remember that it is 36 feet because the amount of space that it feels like it has is pretty deceptional. All right, what I was saying was this coach makes it feel like there's a lot of space, and it makes you forget that it's a 36-footer. And I tried to use the word deceptional, which doesn't exist. The word I was looking for is deceptive. This coach is deceptive. The interior feels a lot bigger than the coach on paper you would think it would feel like. And here there's a lot of space. Right here is like a little hamper. It's kind of neat. Now this is what I'm talking about with the slides closed. You can access to this wardrobe here, but with the slide open you can walk next to it and get to the other side of it. It's a pretty big wardrobe. Access it from both sides. You also have more space here. Now these are little, this comes with the coach, the little accessories. They go into the vent fan openings, just as extra insulation. More space. There's a lot of space and cabinet space throughout the coach. Here's a close-up shot of the fan. So you have the on switch. You can reverse the direction of the fan, and you also control the speed right here. So it's nice. It's right by your head, so you can flick it on in the middle of the night if you'd like. So, and you also have a little TV up here in the corner. It's a pretty good amount of space. There's a door right here that separates the bathroom from your bedroom, and there's also a door right up here that separates your kitchen area from your bathroom. And I like the fact that the toilet is separated from the rest of the bathroom. That's a nice feature. It's a little hotter on the market. So anyways, that will conclude this section. Let's get on the road with this coach and give it a test drive. And I hope you enjoyed this part. And thanks for watching. All right, here's the benefit of having a 36-footer. Just check out how tight this is, right? We got a Monaco Diplomat right there. And I've got a pole right here. So I'm about to turn it in. Oh, yeah. No problem. It's nice having a short diesel. This is a little afterthought after driving the coach. I'm going to put this clip in before the test drive. The road noise is minimal. I didn't even notice, I didn't even think about talking about it because I didn't hear it. But there's really no wheel or road noise coming from this coach. If anything, it's very minimal. The most you hear is the wind noise, and even that is pretty subtle. But yeah, very quiet ride. It's a nice driving coach. Anyways, I just wanted to throw that in there. Enjoy the rest of the video. All right, we're getting on the highway now with this coach, and I drove it about 1.5 miles to get to the highway, and then I drove it on the highway to get here, and now I'm going back. So I have a little experience with it. I also went over to a QT and put some fuel into it. And it's got a lot of power and a lot of torque. And if you come drive the coach, you'll really be able to tell. I mean, it's a short RV combined with a fantastic motor. So it really feels lighter than it is and smaller than it really is. But the steering does not feel lighter. It feels like a big, heavy coach, and I like that. Again, that's probably personal preference, but I like the fact that the steering feels tight, like a big heavy coach. Now I'm going to set cruise here so I can kind of focus on, let's see, it's always a learning curve with cruise controls. There it is. All right, 67 miles an hour, we're going up a hill, and it floats. I found this with a few other Gulfstreams we've had, that they kind of, the front end is set up, it kind of floats. My girlfriend, who's the camera person, said it feels like her Lexus. She has a Lexus RX 350. It's an 07. So, you know, obviously it doesn't exactly feel like a Lexus, but compared to other RVs, the way it kind of floats about is really nice. But it is stable, because you don't want to sacrifice stability for a floaty feel. But as far as comfortable and it's got a quiet atmosphere as well relative to other coaches. There's not too much wind noise. There's a minimal amount of rattling from the back, and it's just a quiet, nice riding coach. The steering is great. It's got a great turning radius, which I'll talk more about when we get back to the storage. I'm not having to correct it. Now there is some wind today, so I am feeling a little wind, but that's gonna happen with any coach. But check it out. I'm gonna set it straight and just show you it's not pulling anyway. You just get it into a line here. There it is, dead straight. Not gonna do that for too long. But yes, cruise control works. It's got a nice exhaust brake, and I really like how it drives. I try to keep these test drives as honest as possible. I try to keep the whole video as honest as possible, but there are a few times where some salesperson things come out, but I want to keep these very honest and, you know, to have more meaning when I say things. So when I say that this coach rides very well and it floats along and absorbs bumps better than most other coaches that I've driven, I really mean that. It drives very well. I'm signaling here to take an exit, and here's the exhaust brake. It's over here to my left. Just tap the brake and let the exhaust brake take over. We're at 55. That was down from 65, by the way. We're at 50, 45. Oop, there's another gear. 40, 35. Haven't even touched the brakes yet. Now I'm gonna hit the brakes. Exhaust brake is pretty strong. It's a medium to heavy exhaust brake. It's not the heaviest I've driven, it's not the lightest I've driven. And that's all personal preference. It depends on the hills. If you're up in the mountains, you've got a heavy load behind you, it's nice to have that exhaust brake because you can just leave it on and kind of coast down the hills and maintain the same speed. Whereas the heavier ones will maybe take too much speed off, and the lighter ones won't really do anything. But I guess that depends on the hill, and it depends on your exhaust brake. If you're out in California where the grade is like 6%, you may need a heavier exhaust brake, but either way, it's nice to have that. I've got a color backup monitor here, and this does have a touchscreen Kenwood. The surround sound system is nice because it's hooked up to the surround sound system. It's got a lot of bass, and trust me, I'm 19. I was playing some music that has a lot of bass, and really puts the sound system to a test, and it's nice. It's not, you know, a lot of coaches have like 2 speakers up there that where the audio quality is like the quality of your phone, you know, where you can plug it up, you put your phone in a bowl, and that's about equivalent. But this one actually is hooked up. It's got 3 speakers here, and it's got more speakers in the back, and also a subwoofer in the back. So this is a full setup with the sound system. Anyways, this coach drives really well. It's got a nice air horn too. And it floats along. It's a typical Gulfstream feel. It's kind of a really soft, like Cadillac, Lexus feel, and I really like that. The steering is pretty good. I'd say the steering is about average, maybe a little above average. But the coach feels small. It feels light and nimble, and easy to maneuver. I took it into a QT to fill up the fuel a minute ago. And trust me, I've taken 45 foots into that QT. It's not fun. With this one, I was in and out. I got into that spot, I backed out, and I was out quick. So the maneuverability is a nice feature about this coach. Anyways, that'll conclude the test drive video. If you have any more questions or would like to schedule an appointment to see the coach, please call or text me at 864-376-5600. Thank you for watching.